Amazon's like this is the early stage of the year, but we got Christmas coming up, we got Thanksgiving coming up. So like even if I just wanted to keep riding Amazon, like I can keep just putting money in Amazon all the way up until what I'm saying the holidays and just eat when Amazon stock goes up because everybody's shopping on there for the holidays.
Yeah, that's smart.
That's how you do it. That's the long haul. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then there are short term investments, but the short term investments are risky, and that's when people lose money because they'll invest money that they actually need. So, say for instance, they got $5,000 and they're thinking like, "Hey, man, I want to turn this $5,000 into 20,000, and I'm going to invest real quick to see if I can flip it real quick." And you know what I'm saying? They don't make that money, and then they need that money, so they have to pull out before they even get their return investment. That's when a bad investment happens because you had to sell it to get your money back, and you even got your money back at less value because you had to sell it fast.
With you trading stocks like actively now, do you see how like when the crashes happen, like do you see how niggas was like, my life is over, jump off a building, like with the amount of money that they probably lost and traded?
I mean, no, because it's like, I mean, the only thing was like we didn't know what was gonna happen. Like, did nobody know?
Was it like Black Monday or something?
Yeah, but did nobody know like the world was gonna bounce back from this? Everybody thought like this shit was just gonna be the end of the world. Be all in, we done. But we fucking bounced back, and the shit came back. So if everybody would have kept their stocks, they'd definitely be making some money right now. But the key would have been for them to buy low, cause like when shit go down, you gotta buy more to even out your loss. You see what I'm saying? It's like a sale. When shit go down, it's actually a sale. You can't think of it like the shit is going down. You gotta think of it like, man, I'm finna catch this shit on the sale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cause the shit go back up. So while it's going down, let me go and buy it. So when it go back up, I can ride the wave. I can make more profit because I bought it on sale.
And I bought it low.
Yeah, I bought it on sale.
Like the dope game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how like even though I never sold drugs, but I watch a lot of drug dealing documentaries and I seen some of that stuff growing up. But I feel like if you can risk your life and you know how to do math, have you ever heard of, like, have you ever heard of a drug dealer, like the way they do math, like out loud?
Yeah.
And in their head, like, you kind of do some of that too. But
I don't know.
I'm talking about the math part. But like, like I figure like if you can do that, then you could really like start a business.
Of course.
Like you could trade stocks. Like how to invest.
I'm not even gonna say drug dealer
and get your profit back and and reinvest.
Any successful hustler can start a business. It's all about.
Well, you don't have to be as successful if you have a hustler's mind and a hustler's spirit. You may not be successful.
You gotta be successful now.
Well, I wasn't successful until I did it.
Now, when you say success, it's a different kind of success. It's like I'm saying success like you went to school, you learned the trade. That's one success. You know what I'm saying? You gotta actually learn how to do what you gotta do. You gotta learn how to become a professional. And then once you learn the trade, you put the time in. And once you put the time and the hours in, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna become a professional because that's all it is. Like you learn what it is, you put the hours in, you put the times in, you learn from your mistakes. Damn, I felt my head here, I hit my head there, I hit my head here. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, it's like
I had
fuck.
A nickel for every time I hit my head. I would be rich.
Don't say that.
I would.
A nickel, like so you don't hit your head a million times. You do think
yes.
You hit your head a million times.
Yeah, and every failure, every time I hit my head, it wasn't like major, but it's like, oh, you could have did that better. Oh yeah, you fucked up. Oh yeah, you should have made a right when you went left. Like, I'm talking about those type of things. Like to me, because of how I am on myself, like even the smallest things of like shit not panning out or working out, I didn't plan accordingly. Like that's a failure to me.
I feel you.
But I bounced back.
That's good that you're hard on yourself like that.
Extremely.
I'm not that hard on myself. Like I look at life like, what I'm saying? It's like lessons learned. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
like,
definitely a lesson, but it's like I never want to feel like the way that I see myself and you know this, babe, like the where I see myself and where I see our life is like there's no room for fuck ups.
No, I feel you.
So even though they're still gonna happen, but I kind of have to go into it with that attitude, or else I'm gonna become laxed. And I'm not gonna go as hard. So I have to like be my own worst critic. And then when somebody else say some bullshit to me or try to point out my failures, like I already fucking knew that and I fixed that a long time ago. So why are you even mentioning that to me? Because I know I'm fully aware.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Beast mode.
Yeah. So you guys. So I wanted to talk about my surgery that I had. What was it? It was like last year when we interviewed Dr. Miami. And I kid you not, like getting surgery or altering my body was not something that I thought about long term. It wasn't even something that was on my mind when we interviewed Dr. Miami. So I was thin growing up. And then when I got married, I gained a lot of weight.
A lot of weight?
I gained a lot of weight. And, it's a lot of weight to me compared to where I was. So, I got in the gym. I started working out. I started making better eating choices. And, I lost the weight or whatever. Then, when I hit 30, it was like, oh, this little stomach is not coming off as easy as it did before. Like that, when you hit 30, like they tell you, but that shit is really real. Like it gets rough. So, I kept at it, kept working out, increased my workout 5 days a week. Dr. Keith can tell you, like, try to watch what I eat salads, drink a lot of water, do all the right things. But the stubborn fat never left me. Now, when I did decide, when I did decide to do surgery, I promise you, like, it popped in my head one day. And that's how my ideas come to me, like, oh, let's just do this today.
Yeah.
And I know it's frustrating for Dr. Key, but, like, that's how things, I promise you, like, I'll dream about it, and then I'll, put the action in motion to do it. So, one day I just woke up and I just started researching, lipo, whatever, and started watching YouTubes and, researching doctors and things. And I said, you know what, I'm going to get 360 lipo. I brought it to Dr. Key. I don't think he believed me. Did you believe me when I first started talking about it?
No.
And he didn't believe me, but by now he should know when I put my mind to something, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna get done. And started researching, and then I did my consultation, took my little pictures because it was an online consultation. Because my doctor was based in Miami. So sent in my pictures. Once you send in your before pictures, you're like, yeah. Yes, like go suck that fucking fat out. So
wow. I know, it's like that.
But listen, like people would like when I started talking to like my clients and stuff about going to like lay down and go get surgery, they would tell me like, oh, you look fine, like your body's nice. Like, I never felt like I wasn't fine. Like, I'm gonna make it do what it do. My head is still high, my crown is still on. Like, I'm still beautiful as fuck. But, and not to, to come off like that, but like you kind of have to have that attitude. So I started researching, and then, I made my mind up. I set my date, and my date was in February 9th. And the days leading up to surgery, like, it felt surreal. Like, I'm really going to go I'm really, really going to go lay down. So, and, go have surgery. So my surgery was early in the morning. It was at 5. It was scheduled for 5 a.m. So I wake up. My cousin came. Shout out to Kendra because, baby, like without Kendra, I wouldn't have gotten through this process.
Yeah, you would have. Because it was a big help, though.
Yeah, a huge help.
Yeah.
Listen, like, no one tells you how hard recovery is. No one prepares you for recovery. All you see is bitches popping out with flat ass stomachs and fat asses, and like no one tells you the fucking mountain you had to climb to get to that point. So, go have surgery and go in at 5 o'clock in the morning. We had boiling crab the night before. I don't even think I told you this, babe. We had boiling crab the night before, and they, put on the gown, put on the compression socks. You meet with your anesthesiologist. They put the IV in your arm. Before the doctor came and marked me up, my stomach was hurting so bad.
That boiling crab.
I had the bubble cuts like nobody's fucking business. So I used the bathroom and I clog up these folks' toilet. So I'm like extremely embarrassed. Like there's no plunger, like there's no anything. And thank you.
Everybody know you did it.
Yeah, they know I did it. Like I admitted to it. I'm like, hey, listen, like I clogged up your toilet. Like, oh, it's fine. So I'll meet my doctor. She marks me up, and she tells me like, oh, okay, you're gonna see your results like tomorrow. Okay, like boo, like let's get it. Like let me lay down and go to sleep and wake up with a flat stomach. The ass part, because I did get 360 lipo and a BBL, which is a fat transfer.
Damn.
The ass I really didn't care about. Like, it was the stomach for me. It was the love handles for me. And, you go in, you walk into this room, you lay on the table, and they tell you to take, your deep breaths. Damn. And you drift off, and you go night-night. Okay? I woke up. And the nurse, I woke up to the nurse telling me my blood pressure was low. So if you ever been under anesthesia, like you wake up like still kind of like drifting off. So, I'm waking up. I have a Gatorade. She's giving me Gatorade, give me water. I'm so thirsty. Thirsty. And I believe I went back to sleep. So when I woke up, she was wheeling me out in my wheelchair, and my husband was there, and my cousin was there. They tell me to go home and eat a big meal. You can eat whatever you want. Eat. So we get oxtails and rice and peas and cabbage. You don't have to tell me. It's Smoothie King. Like, I'm hungry. So I come home. My mother's here. Shout out to her. My cousin, my husband. And, I take my meds, I eat, I lay down, I stay hydrated, watching movies. I'm just chilling. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, we just, going with the motions.
It was cool.
We about to heal up. So I'm about to get to it. I'm about to get to the drama. And I keep having to use the restroom because of the amount of fluids that I'm drinking. So I get up, and mind you have your garment on. You have like your garment, and you have to your incisions. My incisions were left open purposely so they can drain. So when you get liposuction, like your fluid has to drain. So you have to put like doggy pads down or chuck pads, as some people call them. So you're not draining just like everywhere. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So it was nasty.
Yeah, it was nasty. Pretty nasty.
That's pretty nasty.
Yeah. It was crazy.
And the last time I go to the restroom, my mom, so yeah, you walking slow, you're kind of just, still out of it, kind of trying to keep your balance. You get dizzy